everybody, how's it going? So welcome back to Fearless Gear Reviews, my patron-sponsored review series where I take a look at gear that's good or bad and give you guys an honest, unbridled opinion because I think that's what you deserve. I want to do more of these, and I got thinking the other day, well, why am I just doing big-ticket items here? I could do little ones as well, and this has brought me to today's episode, and that's the Soundtoys Microshift. Now, I don't know a shit ton of the background here. Quite frankly, I don't care. Apparently has something to do with Eventide or somebody worked there or something. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares? All I know is this is a cool way to smooth out lead guitar tone. And that's a question that's come up on the show quite a bit from a number of you guys is, hey, how do I get my leads to sound cool? How do I get my leads to sound cool? A couple of friends of mine turned me on to this. Alex Nazzle from Gear Gods, he's like, dude, you got to check out the Microshift. And Jackson Ward as well, he's like, yo, hey, that's the ticket. So we got the little Microshift here, and this is, I used this on the Pussy Melter demo a while back. It was using a different effect, but I'm dialing in the Soundtoys Microshift. This one's pretty simple. You got 3 buttons and the dry and wet mix knob. That's freaking it. Check out what it does, though. I'm just going to have this just kind of a guitar sound all by itself. Let's take a listen. Dial that right in. Kind of like mode 2 there, it just kind of smooths things out. And if you hear it in a mix, it's pretty cool, especially when you pull it in and out. Anyway, yeah, check this out. So here's the lead in the mix by itself. And a little Microshift. And a little delay. So that's really freaking cool. It just kind of helps it spread it out a little bit, sit in the mix a little bit different. It's not quite so nasty. It doesn't click on, on your ears and whatnot. It just kind of makes it a little more pleasant to listen to. Now, I know they put Eventides all over guitar leads back in the 80s. Go listen to some Vi records or some Anthrax if you need confirmation on that. So if this is doing that same kind of thing, hey, I'm okay with that. You know what? Yeah, that totally works great. I'm really impressed with that. Next up is my Proto Drive demo, and we're going to use the Microshift, the full version here. This gives a few more knobs to tweak. You still got the mix, but now you got focus. It goes from 20 hertz to 10 kilohertz. It's kind of like rolls off the low frequencies of the actual effect, and this is great for cleaning up things. Let's take a listen here. You hear that? It's a little fingernails on a blackboard in the top end there. You throw this on and watch what happens. And if we drop the focus down, and it's just adding the effect into the mids and the highs and not the bottom. That's super cool because when you have a lot of tracks being stacked on top of each other, you're going to get a lot of low frequency buildup. So that can help keep things really clear, which is great. Now you've got the Detune Control as well and the delay. Watch what this does. Get that kind of chorusy thing going on. Add more delay. It just completely warps things. And then you've got your 3 different styles, I don't even know what the hell they are. They just like, hey, 1, 2, 3. Click whatever sounds good. I like number 3 on that one. Maybe dial it back just a touch. Yeah, sorry, had a little bit of a Manny M delay on there from Waves, which is really freaking cool on lead guitars as well. Thing is, you can just dial it in however you want it. All right, that's pretty freaking cool on leads. Now, next up, I started messing around with this on a premium lesson I've just about finished for a band called Protocol. You guys have heard them a million times as background music on this show. And one of the songs I use, and I get all kinds of questions about, hey, what's that song? What's that song? Well, I brought them into Union Sound last year, and we retracked the song in a big honking room with some beautiful mics and a beautiful drum set and just all kinds of cool stuff. And we've got this massive thing going on now, and it's going to be quite the lengthy lesson. It's going to be 5-6 hours, maybe even longer. It's pretty in depth. There's going to be all kinds of stuff going in here. There's a lot of synth tracks. There's a recorder. There's some operatic vocals and that kind of thing. I just want to show you guys what this can do. Now, we've got this operatic piece, which is pretty neat. We're going to try the microshift on that, as well as some black metal vocals. So that's going to be pretty cool. The only thing is I've got way too many freaking tracks here, so let's take a quick listen and see what we get. And let me try and find it. There it is. Okay, so here we go. I found the track just buried in I don't know how many of them there are. And we're going to throw the microshift on just as a kind of a subtle widening effect. It might not work for this particular piece in the song because it's very intimate and whatnot, but you want that really big sound. This is going to help. And this is just kind of a great way of illustrating how much of a difference the microshift can make.
The day when they are honoring, praising thee, welcoming heroes home.
And I can dial that back.
But somewhere else on the land you've stabbed and slaughtered other kind, they're cleaning the blood drawn by your soul.
And it's just as that exact next spot I want to check out as well. So there you go. It's like it does a widening, but you can just dial it in just to give it a tiny little bit and add just a little bit more depth and make it a little bit bigger without killing the intimate nature of that freaking part of the song. So that's kind of cool. That's a pretty versatile effect. So here's the black metal part. It's only a few bars and whatnot, but this is pretty neat. We're going to keep this off and then we're going to punch it in halfway through, and you can just see how much more spread and depth it gives to the vocal. That just works so much better with what's going on there. It kind of just gives the vocal, a little bit more space and works with the guitars a little better, and they sound bigger, which is great, which is what you want in metal. You don't want small sounding vocals. Now, I even tried this on some gang vocals here. We've got like a recorder and some gang vocal haze. Metal tracks with recorders and accordions. Yeah, go figure. As long as I'm happy with that. I'm glad bands are starting to, push some boundaries and that kind of thing and bring in some weird freaking instruments you wouldn't normally hear. So props to Protocol for doing something new here. Hey! So here's the additional gang vocal tracks. Oh, hey! These are already pretty wide. Hey! And that works. I mean, I don't think we got maybe a little bit of echo going on with them. But if I throw the microshift on, let's loosen up the delay. Let's throw some detuning on there, and let's get this thing going like huge. About a 50-50 mix and focus. Want to hear those mid-range on it? And let's see what we get. Hey! Wow. Oh, hey! Let's hear that one time. We're going to just loop this little hay section here, and we're going to punch this in and out and see what we get. Or we're going to try playing it here first. Okay. Oh! That's pretty neat. It just thickens it up that much more. Makes it sound like a slightly bigger crowd. Let's hear that in the mix. Hey! We can bring those down now. Those are definitely overpowering a little bit. Hey! That's pretty neat. Now, if we turn the Microshift off, it doesn't have the same impact. Here, one more time. Yeah, that's killer. So there you go. I got to say, that's pretty neat on vocals. It's pretty neat on lead guitars. I'm guessing it would probably be pretty good on cleans and acoustics at certain times as well. Maybe even some bass guitar solos give it a little bit of depth and breadth. It's definitely a very simple interface with some damn fine results. Now, my one gripe here is it's priced at $129, and I'm going to be honest, I think that's a little bit much for what it does, considering what you can get for $129 in the plugin world these days. But it does a fantastic job. So with minimal dicking around, you throw it up, twist a couple knobs, it sounds good, you're back to getting the rest of your mix done. So there is that. If you want to get stuff done and done quickly, this is pretty damn cool. It does a fabulous job. I gotta say, I love the sound of it. It's killer. The question you have to ask yourself is it really worth $129? Now, the opposite end of the spectrum there is I picked this up for $50 off the Soundtoys website. I got it on a sale, like a weekend sale or a 24-hour sale. I don't know what the hell it was. It was going for cheap for a limited time, so I grabbed it, and it was definitely worth the $50. So my suggestion would be keep your eyes peeled on the Soundtoys website for the occasional sales, and if it comes up, grab it, because it's probably definitely worth it in the long run. I'm certainly impressed with it anyway. Anyway, just want to say thank you to these amazing people for making this video possible. You guys absolutely fucking rule. And I'm going to do more frequent Fearless Gear reviews of, maybe less expensive items. I did the Brugera up there on Fearless Gear Reviews, which was patron funded. And I'm going to do a couple guitar amp sims. I think that's going to be cool. And I'm going to give you guys some honest, unsponsored reviews about what I really think of what's going on with AmpSim software. I think that's going to be a really cool episode to check out. Anyway, once again, thank you so much. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for hanging out. And if you want to smooth out your lead tone, definitely take a look at the Microshift. It is certainly very cool. Take it easy.